Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Ah, Today we're going to tackle a question that's been on many developers' minds. How can you make Supabase authentication work if you've ever struggled with setting up user authentication in your application? This video is for you. We'll dive into the world of Supabase and explore what makes its authentication system tick. Wow! By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to implement Supabase authentication in your own project. So, let's start with the basics. Supabase is an open source alternative to Firebase that allows developers to build scalable, real-time applications with ease. One of its key features is its robust authentication system, which enables you to manage user identities and permissions seamlessly. But what makes it work? At its core, Supabase authentication relies on a combination of three key components: users, sessions, and tokens. Think of these as the building blocks that enable secure and efficient authentication in your application. Firstly, let's talk about users. In Supabase, each user has a unique identifier which is used to authenticate them across different devices and sessions. This identifier can be an email address, a phone number, or even a social media profile. Whatever makes sense for your specific use case. Next up are sessions. A session represents a single login instance for a user on a particular device. When a user logs in, Supabase creates a new session that contains information about the user's identity and permission. This session is then used to authenticate subsequent requests from the same device. Finally, we have tokens. Tokens are essentially digital passports that prove a user's identity to your application. When a user logs in, Supabase generates a token that can be used to authenticate future requests without requiring the user to re-enter their credentials. Now that we've covered the individual components, let's talk about how they work together. Here's an analogy to help illustrate the process. Well, imagine you're checking into a hotel. You show your ID, your user identifier, at the front desk, and the receptionist creates a new room key, a session token, that grants you access to your room. This room key is specific to your stay and can only be used by you. As you move around the hotel, you'll need to show your room key to gain access to various facilities, like the gym or restaurant. In this case, the room key serves as a token that proves your identity and grants you permission to use these facilities. In much the same way, when a user logs into your application, Supabase generates a session token that contains their user identifier and permissions. This token is then used to authenticate subsequent requests from the same device, without requiring the user to re-enter their credentials. To summarize, here are the essential aspects of making Supabase authentication work. Understand the three key components of Supabase authentication: users, sessions, and tokens. Recognize how these components work together to provide secure and efficient authentication in your application. Use this knowledge to set up user authentication in your own project. That's it for today's video. I hope you now have a better understanding of how Supabase authentication works. If you have any questions or need further clarification, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on building scalable applications with Supabase. If you're ready to take your application to the next level, check out our upcoming video on implementing real-time data synchronization with Supabase. See you there. Oh.